Wrestling review. Starring your host NWA Bobby Mack. Hey everybody, it's NWA Bobby Mack. I'm keeping it kind of quiet today. Keeping it kind of real. I don't even know why I'm talking like that. Anyway, today on the show we're going to have a quick talk about Roman Reigns, since that seems to be the most popular subject here in wrestling land nowadays. And also we're going to have another part of our interview with Cody Isis. This time I'm asking Cody some wrestling questions, getting his knowledge, and to get some knowledge out of that big lunk, not the easiest thing in the world. But speaking of big lunks, let's talk about Roman Reigns and what's going on in the world of pro wrestling when it happens to be about Roman Reigns. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble. I did the review already a week or so ago. The heat seems like it's calmed down a little bit on Roman when you deal with the general fans that are inside the wrestling arena. But I don't think when you talk about the internet fans, that heat has really dropped. But then again, those people are still mad about things that happened on Nitro 15 years ago. So I'm not too worried about the internet fans, internet marks. Mark is a very derogatory term when it comes to wrestling fan. But really, it's like the more smart people think they are on the internet, the more marks they actually become, because they believe this stuff is real. As much as they want to say it's not real, they believe it's real. They believe these stories are real. They have it in their head that Roman Reigns is put on a pedestal by Triple H, by Vince McMahon, by Stephanie McMahon, by the writers, by the powers that be in the WWE to be the next John Cena. Ladies and gentlemen, they don't just pick his name out of the hat. They listen to the crowd. They listen to what the support he was getting. And before he went away on that injury, he had all the support in the world. Now, granted, before he went away on that injury, Daniel Bryan was gone. So they were looking for somebody else. And they picked Roman Reigns. The fans picked Roman Reigns, not the promoters. Then he came back, and he happens to come back at the exact same time as Daniel Bryan. Yes, 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 yes. I'm whispering those yeses, by the way. Anyway, so yeah, it's bad timing on Roman's part. It was good timing at the beginning of the push because the fans were looking for a new hero. Daniel was gone. Roman stepped in. Now, all of a sudden, Roman gets hurt. He's out of the picture. Daniel's out of the picture. When Roman is getting ready to come back, it's kind of like the Fandango dance. Remember when the fans took over the WrestleMania after New York? I was there. They took over that Raw after WrestleMania, and they started doing the Fandango dances. What did WWE do? They saturated the Fandango dance. They started doing it on YouTube. They started talking about it all the time. They had the King of Cool, Michael Cole, which will kill any gimmick. They had Michael Cole pointing out how cool it was. Ding, 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 ding. Fandango. Yeah, where is he nowadays? He's dancing with one of the Total Divas. And what he's... I don't know. Is he jobbing out? I don't even remember the last time I saw him wrestling. But, and that's what they did with Roman Reigns. They took him. They took the fans, something the fans naturally like, something the fans organically were drawn to, Roman Reigns. And what do? They put him in these lame segments as he's getting better. And he's not a strong talker, so why do you bring him back and let him talk? Show us some of his training techniques on trying to come back. With a nice soundtrack, some nice music over top of it. Don't have the man interview and talk. Hindsight being 20/20, that's why I give you the advice now. Then, when he is ready to come back, you bring him back at the same time that Daniel Bryan is announcing his return. One can only hope that this is going to be some kind of swerve to where he goes into a heel run. But let me backtrack back to where I was going. So they bring him back the same time Daniel Bryan comes back. Bad timing for Roman. The fans are hating him. They forced this whole thing down. I would love to see the voting that actually voted him Superstar of the Year, because that was them shoving him down our throats. That was basically, they fandangoed Roman Reigns. They tried to take something that was organically cool and fun, like the Fandango dance, like Roman Reigns' original push, and then put it down our throats and made us want to accept it. We didn't accept it. We're totally rejecting it for that one purpose. So what do I think they're going to do with Roman? I don't know. I agree with a lot of the things I hear, that I do think that, ideally Roman as a heel with Paul Heyman would be great. I could see Roman joining the Authority. I don't know if I've heard that one being discussed yet or not. I think that's a very viable place for Roman if he goes in with the Authority, because really, why wouldn't the Authority, like I didn't understand on Monday why Triple H wanted to take him out of the shot, because the Authority doesn't want Daniel Bryan as champion because he doesn't fit the mold. I don't understand why they don't want John Cena as champion, because obviously he's the face of the company. Maybe it's because they can't control him. I don't know. But Roman Reigns, he obviously seems like he would also fit that Seth Rollins mold, obviously because they were in the Shield forever together. But I could see them taking Roman in, and maybe it turns Rollins into a face. Maybe that becomes a bigger issue, which I could see Rollins becoming a face, although he is an absolute excellent heel. But I could see him coming into the Authority. Maybe Rollins and Reigns both being in the Authority. That makes sense. They've been partners before, and it's not something that's too far fetched. Triple H likes the Attitude Era stuff. He likes that cool guy stuff. When DX joined Vince McMahon Sr.'s Authority thing back then, what was it, the Corporation? First it was Hunter that joined, and then the rest of DX eventually had joined as well. So, I could see that. I could see Reigns doing that. I think right now, though, what they have to do is, if the WWE embraces the organic feel that got Roman Reigns to this place originally, the cheering, then I think if they adopt that same organic feel and accept the booing, they turn him heel. Now, what does that do for WrestleMania? That's a whole other picture. It seems like they're with Monday they're rewriting the entire WrestleMania picture. Where you saw a pretty. It seemed like John Cena and Rusev were going to go to WrestleMania, but now it looks like they're trying to rewrite that. I could actually see them pulling John Cena and Brock Lesnar into a WrestleMania match. Brock looks so strong right now. I don't know what single person can beat him that's in the company. He's already beaten up Cena. The last one, he beat up Cena and Rollins at the same time. Took everything they had, and now you got Roman Reigns, who's getting ready to challenge him, who's facing the Big Show and not even dominating the Big Show. So you're telling me a guy that can't even dominate the Big Show is going to go in there and beat Brock Lesnar, who's dominated all these people? The way it's looking right now with Brock Lesnar, I would say the only viable course of getting that championship off of him is to have him go into a match with another special attraction. The Rock, definitely in shape. Stone Cold, we won't see Stone Cold till next year in Dallas. I don't care what he says, he's wrestling. I could see The Rock, though, being our special attraction. Cena, he came close the second time against Brock until the interference, so maybe he's the viable source. But if you put Daniel Bryan out there, it's not believable that Brock Lesnar could ever lose to Daniel Bryanson. You put Roman Reigns in there. If he's got the support of the Authority and he's got plenty of outside interference, there's a chance that he could do something. But even then, you've had him go against Seth Rollins, who had the two security guys out there, and John Cena, and he was still able to overcome that. So it's going to be interesting. I think really, though, at this point, WWE needs to embrace the organic feel. You put Brock as a possible face, you put Reigns as a possible heel, and not even necessarily against each other. I could see Reigns going against Rollins at WrestleMania, maybe some kind of stipulation for the briefcase, and lining up a second title shot at WrestleMania after the other title shot, kind of like the Luger and Bret Hart versus Yokozuna thing. But what do I know? I'm just another idiot on the internet. And speaking of idiots on the internet, we're going to take a quick break. And after that, we're going to talk to one of my best friends. And, does this transition into the idiot talk? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to have the interview with Young Gun Cody Isis right after this.
So we're talking about wrestling and Brock Lesnar, the WWE WrestleMania experience with Brock Lesnar, and Cody Isis is here. He's an indie professional wrestler. He's been doing this for many, many years, since he was 10 years now. So 10 years. So he's it was back when he was 16 and a half years old. Make sure you keep that half in mind, especially you ladies out there. Hello. But as we talk about this, we talk about Brock Lesnar and what he does, what he means to the wrestling business as the WWE champion. My big quarrel with Cody is that as a special attraction, I don't feel like he needs to be WWE World Champion. Because I feel like if you're the WWE World Champion, then that is a special attraction. So either you're the special attraction by yourself or you're the special attraction with the championship. Brock Lesnar has combined the two. The Rock, when he did it, he was a special attraction for a long time, and then he won the championship, and then he defended the next month and lost it to John Cena at WrestleMania. So to me, it was a lot different. Nowadays, with Brock Lesnar, he is not only the special attraction, but the belt is also the special attraction, which I agree with, again, if it's separated. I think a special attraction, you're either the belt or the person. I don't think it needs to be both of them combined. With Royal Rumble...
Why though? I mean, why necessarily? If the special attraction is what's making you buy a ticket, buy the pay-per-view, spend the $9.99 for the WWE Network, why can't they be the same thing?
Because, just like you pointed out, there are rules to professional wrestling. And one rule is the 30-day limit.
Okay, and I'll agree with you there. However, how long has it been? And I brought that point up earlier. And I do think that the 30-day rule should have been addressed. However, how long has it been since a 30-day clause has been invoked? If Daniel Bryan or John Cena or Seth Rollins or whomever a top WWE star is right now was the WWE champion, and they didn't defend the title every 30 days, and every pay-per-view they were in a tag team match or they were in some type of a match that didn't defend the WWE title, why would that matter as opposed to Brock being gone for 3-4 months and then popping back up?
This is very easy, because Daniel Bryan, when he went for his surgery, said he could not defend the title within 30 days. So he would have to give the belt up and submit the belt. So don't you try to take that microphone from me, MFer. So right there is the 30-day rule. So in your face! And that's the issue, is the consistency. And yes, I know WWE has a consistency problem. There was a time in the Royal Rumble, which I just did a couple of days ago. There's a Royal Rumble review. I think it's Royal Rumble 9 or 10, where Vader gets eliminated. He comes back into the Royal Rumble. He picks up Shawn Michaels, throws him over the top rope, picks up Triple H, throws him over the top rope, and Bob Holly is the other one, throws him over the top rope. Gorilla Monsoon comes down, and they tell Vader, don't you grab the microphone from me.
I don't think the people care at this point.
I know, but anyway, I don't care what they care. I'm just talking. But
that's why you only have 60 views.
There was 84 at that one. Hi, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Grandma. Anyway, so the consistency, I know, it doesn't exist in WWE. That's fine. But the thing with Brock is, this whole thing again. You're either the special attraction or you're the WWE champion. I love the fact that the championship is a special attraction, but I really feel like the championship needs to be within the rules. The 30-day limit, that's part of it. That needs to be in the rules. And at this point in time, Brock is breaking the rules. And I know Paul Heyman would probably be jumping on this in a promo going, "My client, Brock Lesnar, doesn't abide by the rules." But the rules need to be followed to a point to at least have some consistency.
I agree that the rules should be addressed. I mean, they could very easily say something that the contract as if Brock Lesnar should win the championship, he's only mandatory, to defend it, 3 times a year or whatever.
But that's what they need. They need to address it. They need to address the rule that has been overlooked. They need to actually address that rule if they're going to continue with a storyline with a champion that. When was the last time he defended? I don't. Do you remember? Do you remember when he SummerSlam? What happened SummerSlam? Did he? Is that when he won the belt? Honestly, I don't even remember when he won the belt.
I mean, I don't think that matters because at the end of the day, you're still going to buy a ticket.
What's your name?
Cody Ice.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
No, I mean,
Brock, when you win the championship,
doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter when we won the championship.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, you don't remember when he won the title, but you remember him beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania. You remember that he's the WWE champion. Uh, you know, I don't know who the Intercontinental Champion is right now. I don't know who the United States Champion is right now. I know who the WWE Champion is right now, and he's not on WWE television every week. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's okay because I know if I see Brock Lesnar versus, whomever at a pay per view, that's a WWE Championship match. And I also think that gives a major shot for guys like Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins to develop and become main event stars without a champion being there. So therefore, it gives time to build these guys that could be possible contenders for the WWE Championship. I do not think that John Cena needs to be in every one of those matches. Although I like John Cena, he's a great face for the company, but I can't see him. He must wear camo or something. But I think so what when Brock comes in, you can build the stories for the number one contender without Brock being there, and that's okay.
So what if? All right, big what if Royal Rumble. Brock loses the belt to either Cena or Rollins. Do you think, or all right, I guess a better way to put it was WrestleMania is coming up. Do you put Brock Lesnar as the defending world heavyweight champion of the WWE against somebody knowing that he's going to leave the company after WrestleMania? His contract ends the night after WrestleMania, at midnight WrestleMania. Do you put him in there as the champion defending against somebody knowing that he has to lose, knowing that the belt has to pass? Or do you have him lose at Royal Rumble and then have a rematch against Undertaker at WrestleMania?
Rematch against Taker, obviously. The streak's such a big deal. The streak getting broken.
Is over.
Yeah, but the streak's such a big deal. A WrestleMania semi-main event every single year, if not the main event with the Undertaker, give the Undertaker his win back. I mean, I'll always question the booking philosophy of not letting the Undertaker go with the undefeated streak for WrestleMania. Obviously everybody wants to see the Sting versus Undertaker WrestleMania. I think if you do Sting versus Undertaker this year, it loses a little bit of luster. You do Sting versus Undertaker next year in a double retirement match with Undertaker still beating the one person that has a blemish on his streak, adds a whole lot more to it because he still has the ability to beat Brock Lesnar, even in his last years. I give you the rematch against Undertaker. Absolutely, yeah. I think a rematch for the streak is a bigger main event for WrestleMania because you're going to have a WWE title match every WrestleMania. You know, you're only going to have so many Undertaker matches at WrestleMania, and it's been built with the same prestige as the WWE title match at WrestleMania. Yeah, let's do Brock versus Undertaker one more time. Yeah, the match may not be as good, but the story and the emotion behind it is bigger to have Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar one more time at WrestleMania 31.
WrestleMania has had one match that the World Championship. There's been one WrestleMania where the World Championship wasn't on the line. Cody Isis. Trivia challenge. Which WrestleMania did not have a World Heavyweight Championship match on the line?
WrestleMania 1.
You're wrong. It was just called WrestleMania. So yeah, very good. The very first WrestleMania did not have the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, but
That was really a trivia question? That was the best you came up with for a trivia question.
You want a real trivia?
Hell no, I don't
Okay.
want.
What was the first?
You're going to ask me the Legion of Doom question that I can never remember.
Huh?
Yeah, who was the original Legion of Doom? Wasn't like King Kong Bundy and
King Kong Bundy, Jake the Snake Roberts, and the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. Yeah, with Paul. Paul Ellering. What was the first ever match at WrestleMania? Do you know that?
oh gosh,
Tito Santana versus the Equalizer.
wait, the one from Chicken Equalizer, the Tennessee Equalizer. I don't think he worked at WrestleMania. You have to be mistaken.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was that Equalizer. Do you know who actually has the longest losing streak at WrestleMania? It's not so it's not Hacksaw Jim Duggan. It's actually a second generation wrestler. He paints his face. You've worked on him. You worked with him at an indie show.
I did.
He's a current WWE superstar.
Oh, Goldust.
Very good, Goldust. He has lost 6 WrestleManias. So there you go. If you feed somebody enough, they're gonna finally eat and bite and tell you the answer to the question. So yes, there it is. So
we'll end it right there for this week. We will be back very, very soon. I've got a questionnaire with Cody. Sorry for such a long delay. I know those 2 or 3 people that actually listen to this was eagerly sitting on their seats, sitting on their hands, sitting at the edge of the chair, going, oh my gosh, when's the next Rocky Top Wrestling Drunken Wrestling Review? Where can I find it? Where can I follow it? Well, right here up on the screen, you'll see where you can follow us on Twitter, where you can find us on Facebook, and of course, where you can find us on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as befriend us on the Twitter. Befriend us, follow us, become our fan on the Facebook. We do appreciate it. We hope everybody's enjoying it. We hope you're enjoying the Rocky Top Wrestling Drunken Wrestling Review interviews with the Young Gun, the Librarian, the King of Carter County, Cody Isis. We're going to see everybody next week. Again, we do appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on the Twitter, as Chris Jericho would say, the Facebook, and as well as YouTube. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being part of Rocky Top Wrestling Drunken Wrestling Review. We hope to see you again real soon.